So as Rowena mentioned, it takes as little as 45 minutes to change someone's life. And for us on the recent South Africa mission, we actually had a 29-year-old gentleman, Ephraim, who came from Gauteng traveled across the province to come and receive his life-changing surgery. And he didn't know that he could get the surgery. He'd lost hope in it. And we had to write special letters to his employer to say that he really was coming for surgery and that it was being provided to him, because they just really didn't believe that it was possible. And in less than an hour, this man's life's changed forever. And for me, I definitely as an individual have a huge passion for changing children's lives. But I think when it comes to older people and adults who've actually had to live through the way society treats them, how they've been ostracized, that really is so powerful. Seeing when they look at themselves in the mirror and their excitement to go back home and kiss their girlfriend for the first time and share with their families this new smile that they have. So I think for us that's something that really stands out, is the number of older patients that are still needing the surgery because of their fears that their parents told them God created you this way, so that's why you have to live like this. It's your curse and your burden to carry. So for us, that's been really amazing to see how we can change not just children's lives, but the adults that are there, and in that change the perception of the community about what really is possible. I think for them, once they pass a certain age, they think this is how I'm going to be forever. Definitely. So I think those are the ones that really catch us and that motivates us and say, well, you know, the word isn't out enough in the communities, because there shouldn't be a 30, 50-year-old person walking around. And so for us, really wanting to get the word out as much as possible to say, if you know of anyone, please contact us. There is help available.
Definitely. Now, I mean, I can understand psychologically, even on the families that are affected, it really does take a lot to go through the motions of being in a situation like this. How is it that Operation Smile has really penetrated in the families and getting them to understand that, you know, this is something that you can recover from and deal with?
I think one of the most powerful ways to show them is to be able to share stories of other patients and show them also stories from around the world, that it's not something isolated within South Africa or Africa, but it's a global incident that there is, and it's not something that you've done wrong, but this is just one of those conditions that do happen. And so I think for us that's been really powerful, is sharing, you know, patients from across the world, and really supporting the families when the babies are born. There is a lot of confusion around how do you take care of this child as well, when you're present with this package, this wonderful baby that's come into your life, but who you might never have known even about clefts before. So if a baby has a cleft palate, they have a lot of difficulty with feeding, with food coming out the nose instead of going into the belly. So there's a lot of challenges that parents face with that. And one of our patients that we're telling the story of, Alexander, his grandfather, Cornelius, actually contacted us when Alexander was about 3-4 months old and said he was really worried because he wasn't gaining any weight and they didn't know what to do. So our team then went and met with the family, helped show them special feeding techniques, how to ensure that the food then goes into the belly and not just out the nose. He was too malnourished to receive surgery during our mission in Mbumbela last year, but with our team working with him, he's been able to gain weight, and as you'll see on the little video, quite chubby now, picked up healthy weight, and is fit and able to receive surgery now. So I think for us, just being able to support those families with their newborn babies, to understand the condition, what you can do to really ensure your baby gets fit and healthy so that when they're the right age, they can receive the surgery. And then we have networks of parents who have gone through this experience, or patients who have had their clefts repaired, who are also willing to engage and work with these families. And we also collaborate with local cleft centers, other groups and organizations that are also working within a similar field, because it really is a collaboration with the National Department of Health to give the additional support that there is. But I think the key thing is just really being able to show that they're not alone and it isn't their fault, and that really there is a possibility to create that change. There's actually a patient from one of our foundations in the Philippines, and she had a cleft palate. She received surgery when she was 6, and she's now in her late teens, and she's a musician and she sings for a living, and it's something that they couldn't do before, that she couldn't do. So really just showing as well, you know, you can't just only have your surgery done, but you can achieve your dreams that you wish to achieve. So showing them both of those ends of it, you know, the big picture of how many patients there are, but life after surgery too.
Absolutely. Now, we do understand that this particular campaign has a derby coming up. Would you be able to tell us, Rowena, a little bit more about this and how people can get involved?
Sure. Well, it's inextricably linked to the 45 minutes. And as I mentioned earlier, 45 minutes is the length of half a soccer match. And what we're wanting to do was try and harness all the energy and enthusiasm and the eyes on screen on Saturday the 30th, and everyone who is engaged and involved with the Soweto Derby, and use that as a platform to tell our story. And also to demonstrate how it is that Operation Smile can intervene, can change children's lives. So without revealing too much, we are planning something very special on the day. But what we would really like for people to do is to go and visit our website, which has been optimized for mobiles. Follow us on Twitter and get engaged and start just following us to see what's going to be happening. We do provide a platform through our Mobi site for people to either put up their hands and say, I have a child, or I have a nephew, or I have a niece who has this condition, how can you help me? Because that's quite critical for us, is finding these patients who need our care. So we're wanting to direct people to please go to the Mobi site, get in touch with us that way. We also provide an opportunity for people who want to volunteer and get involved with Operation Smile, and also people who want to donate. So we're really wanting as many people as possible to go to the Mobi site, see how they can get involved, and follow the story of Alex and Ofensa and see what's about to happen. So please go to our website. It's www.operation45.com, and please follow at Operation Smile on Twitter for updates on the campaign, and in particular keep an eye out on Saturday for the Soweto Derby, see what we're going to be doing.
Fantastic. Well, it seems there's a great initiative coming up, and we wish you guys all the best for everything happening.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.